Yeah, but it should hook everybody up. Right. Where do I share a screen? Let's get this screen shared. The dulcet tones of sight. We should have you as the greeting in the morning, shouldn't we? Morning. Right, let's get going. Right, where's my chat? Is it opened? Am I streaming? Yes. Morning, everybody. Long live the Santa Rally. Oh, well done, Kevin. Brilliant. Yeah, Santa Rally has been really doing very well. Very well indeed. Right. We took, well, let's just a recap into this morning. Gold's done very well, and I set the profit take this morning at Euro USD, and I couldn't resist taking the 1.5% there. I was going to let it roll on, but I took the 1.5% there, and then whether this is a little bit early in the morning, and I'm not sure. We did the silver walking the dog, and gold walking the dog as well. And for some reason, I think that one, she's slipped a wee bit, hasn't it? But we're over halfway there to the target already, which is nice. And then Euro USD, we did a bit of dog walking on that one as well. We're doing a bit of dog walking today. I'll just put that out the way and get ready. So, right, I'll just turn the screens down a little bit. I'm just looking at my white shirt. It's like flipping heck. It's a bit much, isn't it? Right, let's get going. Right, morning everybody on YouTube. Let's get me streaming there. Right. So, what we're going to do this morning. I did say we were going to stream all morning yesterday, and then we've got, to be honest with you, we've got end of the year. Most traders are kind of finished. Liquidity's low, volatility's low. It doesn't take a lot of money in the market to start moving things quite a lot. So we're going to just see how it goes this morning, and if the market is a bit stagnant, then what we're going to do is we're going to call it like we did yesterday. We'll be obviously we're trading again on we'll be on Monday morning, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the massive EOQ. So for anyone that wants to join me at crazy o'clock on Wednesday morning for the ASX EOQ, and then it's only a half day, if that, for the FTSE, and we'll do the EOQ live on the FTSE as well. So we'll do the ASX first thing in the morning. We'll do the live trading from 10 to 8, and then we'll have a break and we'll come back at 11:30. And we'll do the EOQ. It's in the calendar in the room in Slack anyway. So let's get moving on this. What I'm going to do, because it was a 12 and 12, and as you know, I usually trade. Oh, I've left that open, haven't I? Rather than we have it for a 2K account, just to explain for people in the in YouTube, and I've put a 2% trade on here. So I'm looking for a 2% return on this. We're 1% up at the moment. I'm just going to move this up a stop to entry, just in case Northern European markets decide to give us a wee blip and come down. Let's have a very quick look into spot silver. Again, walking the dog trade on that one. We're just up on that one, 37, looking for at least 37 or an all-time record high. We'll just put the alerts up there, see if we can get that as well. That would be nice. FTSE, mind the gap. Well, the FTSE has gone and rushed up to the gap. Yesterday's gap here. The 19th. Oops, let's get this up. The gap from the 19th was not filled yesterday at 9897. So want to attack that today. We can see the market came off yesterday, provided a wee bounce to trade. Our call options, one fell flat and the other one gave us a couple of rupees back, so but not as much as we really wanted. But the market was very flat yesterday. Usually what follow, a flat day follows a bit of a bounce. So I am looking at this structure this morning, the market coming off yesterday and then being fairly flat. But the Asia Pacific market hasn't provided a bearish tone at all. So it looks like we could get a nice move up. And I did try the early bird trade 926 here, but to be honest with you, I did bug out. Just took a couple of pips, and I thought looks like the market was going to go down. But how wrong can you be? Never mind. Right. Oops, I've just gone and pressed a button to go and buy on me. Hang on a second. What have I gone and done? Bear with me a minute, because I've just put 45 a lot. Oops, what have I done? Have I not shared my screen up? What have I done here? Can everyone... Oh, today's not going well, is it? It really isn't. Share screen number 1 again. Right. Am I... Anyway, I'll tell you what, there's only one guy that really speaks in the morning, that's EJ. EJ, can you see, what can you see? Can you see the screen number 1?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I can see your screen and your mouse.
Right, great. I don't know what the heck I was doing there. I just pressed something wrong. I just needed a quick response. EJ is the only one that really fires off quick. Right,
No
so cheers, fella. We're looking here in the next couple of minutes for the pivot boys to take off here, and what I'm looking for today is to come up and close this gap as well. So really, I'd like to see the first 5 minute. We'll take the first 5 minute bar of action, or if the market dips back down. ATR today is 14. It's come down by 1. If we can get the market dropping down into these levels. Again, if we set a 14 and 14, if the market dips, then we can probably get into that. But I'm not sure the market. We're going to get a dip down. 98.51 would be a good area to actually get into. But I would like to see an ATR move away from the close. So if we just label that here, which is roughly 14 pips. Well, it's not roughly 14 pips. Right, guys, go into this now. If I can get in there, I've got a spike down. And we want to have that close. You've got to be very quick in the morning. Wanted an ATR run, roughly 14 pips. While I was talking, it was running a little bit further than that. I imagine this spike down it will be to knock all the people out that have got really tight stops. So we're looking for the, for the FTSE gap close there. 9845. I don't suppose did anyone manage to do this? I know I do. These spike trades are very fast, and you've got to be really quick on the ball. So I'm looking for 1.4% on that spike. What I did say to a couple of people I was talking to yesterday, that over the Christmas holidays, going to write a very concise guide for the FTSE spike and the DAX spike, making it very mechanistic around the pivots. And so it's really key around the pivots, how the market moves around the pivots, and very key with the average true range for the day as well, and what to get in. So I'm going to do something along those lines. If you did follow me in quickly, we're nearly up to 1%. We needed 14 pips, but we're looking for a close. So that's what I'm looking for. Did I actually press the button on the FTSE? I did. Bear with me a minute. I'm just going to add to a trade. Stop loss. Take profit. Buy. Come on. Sorry. I'm running out of. So I'm arguing again with my computer. Right. Okay. Just getting a bit too excitable with this. I'll put too many lots on there. Put 65 lots on, and just about run out of use 170,000 in margin. Maybe shouldn't have done that much. But yeah. Never mind. It's all good. Right. Stop over 1% now, guys. What I would do is lock. Is it actually anyone in my room traded this with me, locking in 0.5% there?
Yeah, I'm in.
I missed it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, I think EJ should take this room. He's in like a rocket, but you can't compete with EJ. He's been here for donkeys. He's old as the hills with me on this. Actually, he just started with me on this. I first started. In fact, he just started before that when I was in the Strategic Rail Authority, even years back.
That's right, long time ago.
Flipping heck, yeah, that
Way
was
back
it.
when.
Was a long time ago, that wasn't it? Flipping heck, yeah. Long time ago, when we were train boys.
Did you just put a buy limit order on that as you watched it spike down?
Wow, can you say that in English? Say again.
Sorry, did you just put a buy limit order on that?
That's me. That's me without drinking. Sorry, go on.
Did you put a buy limit order on that as it spiked down? You just looked at that level that you thought it was going to hit.
Well, what I was looking for a market inefficiency. I was looking for a spike down.
Yeah.
Of at least an ATR. And while I'm talking, sometimes I miss the trade or it exaggerates, and that's what I was really looking for. Yeah, I was looking for a spike away from the close because it was so close to the close. It just didn't make any sense to actually go for the closing gap, because any little, like I mentioned before, the liquidity is thin on the ground at the moment. There's hardly anybody trading. All the big boys are finished for the year. So we've got thin liquidity, high volatility. It doesn't take a lot of money to spike the market. So I was wanting a spike away to account for how the market was would actually be working today. And that's going to be the same for everything. Gold, silver, euro, everything really. We're going to get probably exaggerated moves. So we've got to be very careful about being stopped out, which would lend the trading style really in going for 1-to-1. So we've got 14 pips on a 1-to-1. So maybe the following on from what I've said, maybe we should just go boom and take the 1% and wait for a fracker to set up around the close area and then carry on to close the gap from the 19th that was left open yesterday. But it's one of these things. It's all about risk management. Do you want, we've locked in 0.5% anyway. If it all goes wrong, we win 0.5%. If it all goes right, then we win 1.4. Or you could just, as it's getting very, very close now, you could just whack this up to the 14 pips and say, well, there's my 1% locked in. And if we fail, we make 1%, and that's our target. If we get it and move on a little bit further, then we hit our full target of 1.4, and happy days. But what we're looking for is a fracker break above, on the close or above the close, and to take a break out of 98.73, which should just be up here, and go for the market efficient. There's a hole in the market here that was never traded, so we just want to just target this. So we're just looking for a fractal here, so that's good. So well done to everyone who hung on to that one. That's 1.4% in the first 7 minutes, so that's okay. Now we're just waiting for a reason to actually get further along. One of the interesting things, well, interesting for me, we've got the pivot and the close very, very close together, and you can see here there's very few people that have been taking profit into the close. It's just been pushed through now. I've just dropped into the 1 minute so you can see the action on the candles. Look at that. There's obviously some trigger fingers here, people taking a bit of money early, but then the market just pushed through the close and in through here. So I think I'm not going to go into the 1 minute trading today, for the simple reason we've got thin liquidity, although we have 6,000 there. And volatility will be up, so it lends itself to fractal trading. So if we can get a fractal, well, can I, where's my drawing pen? If I can get a decent color on here. The perfect storm really is a fractal above this breakout point here. That would be the perfect storm. A fractal here would be really nice as well, because that would give us a run up into here to be able to give us a stop to entry into here. That would be really, really good. But ideally, we've already made 1.4, or often whatever you've made. A breakout. This is what we're really going. This is the big thing that we're going for today. I actually did do some call options early doors. I don't know if they're on here or there. Let's have a look. No, they're not. What? Just looking at the screen above. No. Yeah, I did the will that go on to, what's it called, FTSE 988 calls. I did buy those for next to nothing. They might be worth having a look at the moment. Let's see if I can get them on through PRT. FTSE 988 calls. I think that's on there. Yes, it is. So I did get some crazy priced calls at 4.9. If you want to get those now, they are at the moment, there is the 7 at the moment. Totally up to you. Pure option, pardon the pun, a call and we'll be looking to maybe get these out at 35. Buy them for 4, get them out for 35. It's a multi-bagger. They are still very cheap. Let's go back to the FTSE. So we're right in this area now. We're Euro USD on walking the dog is well into the money. Very nice. High grade copper there's no copper traders either.
Yep.
Yeah. So but that's working nice. Silver's working nice from the early doors trade. So I put in slack, and so is gold. But here, this flipping thing's running away a wee bit, isn't it? A bit disappointed if it goes straight up to the top here, but never chase a trade. We've already banked 1.4. Target for the day is 1. We've already achieved the target. Nice. I must admit, I saw the note in there from Kevin. Exceptionally well. 12% return. Well done, fella. Yeah, the Santa Rally is real. It's on the website. You can download the on the blog if you want to read all about it. I've been batting on about this for for a bit, but if you don't go on the website, go on the website. There's a lot of free resources, free tools, free guides that you can download. And on here is the Santa Rally. I need to put some other things on. So here, Santa Claus Rally, myth or fact? It's absolute fact. I've got 50 years of data to prove it, and the last decade of statistics to prove that, you know, the rally is real, and that's what's generally on the table. We can have a look at. We've already hit these targets and very close on the DAX. So the one thing I wanted to talk about today is putting a futures contract in ready, as I think the DAX will rally over the Christmas period. So we could put a futures contract on that one and let that run if we can get the market to pull back very quickly. So there's a video about that as well. If you want to hit the PDF, you don't have to put an email in or sign anything. It's there. This is a Santa Rally, and this has been up for a while. People like Kevin have took advantage of it. It's real. It works, and it's working now. And this is from November through to January. You'll make more money from November to January, most likely, than you will for the rest of the year put together. It's just a really good time of year. Right. Are we going to have this as a high, put in a fractal, and something we can get stuck into? I don't want to use an old fractal, which is actually here. I'll show you. There's the old fractal, an old fractal pip there. But we want today's cash breakout. And there was a cash breakout here, excuse me, but we were just going for the 1.4% into the close with that spike down. You see a fractal might start forming here. It's a bit of a pain in the ass that's carrying on going up. But sometimes with at low liquidity, the volatility really does start to run up. And do I want to do a 15-minute bar? Well, you could take the 15. There's a first 15-minute bar there, a quarter. You could take a second 15-minute bar. So this 15-minute bar trade, not the 15-bar reversal, but there's a 15-minute bar trade you can do, which is the length of the 15-minute bar, with a stop under the 15-minute bar to the target. That looks like it's just going to go straight up, doesn't it? But we don't need to chase the trade. Don't need to. It's 15-minute bar's too big to do a one-to-one risk reward. But the target today is 9903. That's in the edge again. The edge won again yesterday. So it's shame it's lost once since April. If you haven't already got the edge, you can go on the website and get the daily edge, sign up, and that gets delivered every morning at 7:30. Tells you all about what's happened overnight, whether risk on, risk off, and the rationale and reasons why. And then it comes into the interesting bit with the core trades. So today I've modified the edge as per yesterday's discussion. We've now moved silver into a core trade. So we've now got our core trades that we get our 1% plus per day, which is FTSE, DAX, gold, silver, crude, and then we have a couple of two top FX for the day. That's already smashed the targets, and this is on its way back up as well. So it looks like we'll probably get a clean sweep on the daily edge again. So you get the daily edge every day, and then on Sunday you get the Sunday edge, Magnificent 7 on there, and also BTC, and we're smashing it with that as well. It's doing really, really well. So let's just go and have a look at the DAX.
No, it's going nicely, DAX.
Oh, like close the gap and it's running up, isn't it? We're going to go for our flipping target. So, sorry, this was a trade yesterday, 15-minute bar yesterday. It didn't work. Market went rallying up into the close, didn't quite hit the full target. So I just took a few rupees. But if you'd left it on, it'd work. But that's hindsight trading, and everyone can do hindsight trading. So that never worked. It got about 0.75%. But now this is then here's a 15-minute bar that probably could easily be okay. Let's just have a look at. We've got 11 minutes left. Wow, it's a really market is really having a rattle on the day. 33 pips. In my target, 33, 24, 366. Is this moving up in a fractal structure? Well, we want 3 minutes on the DAX. Oh, bugger, there is a fractal structure straight away there that I've missed. Sorry about that. Thanks for shouting that out, Clive. Did you take that, did you, Clive?
Yeah, I got in just above the close. Saw it bounce, and
yeah,
I did it on a 1 minute chart, but
no, that's fine. Fading the fill's a really good trade to do, no problem. I can't trade everything at once and talk about everything.
No. So I went in there when you went in on the FTSE, and that's why I missed the FTSE, because I just happened to see that, and I was just measuring up and getting in.
So, if you want to do this, guys, 46 in the C-Bolt, it's optional trade there, 46, stops under the fractal here on a 3 minute, or you can see if we can get a bit of a retrace. With having 1.1 in the bag, 1.4 in the bag already, do I want to go for a... I was going to say it's Friday, but I don't know why. But keep thinking it's Friday. There's a fractal break here. We're right on that fractal break at the moment. If you want to take that, that's 46 pips, and you haven't got really a one-to-one, which is a bit of a pain. I think I'm going to wait, see if we get a bit of a retrace, because I don't want to take it. This is my target. I know I'm being pedantic, but 3 pips is 3 pips. It's wrong. So I'm not going to take it. I'm going to wait for this market to retrace back if possible. If you've got in like Clive all the way down, it doesn't flip a matter. It's probably not going to see the close again today anyway. Gold. Well, let's see. All right, I left one of my bots on, which is the 2-2 here, the fractal 2-2 bot, and that's obviously robots kicked in. We've really moved no further with risk. The bot's moved risk-free as well, I think, hasn't it? yeah, the bots automatically move risk-free. So if we cannot lose money on gold. It's impossible to lose money on gold now. So oh no, that was me, isn't it? That's me moving that. The bot hasn't done a stop to entry. I think what I'm going to do is move this stop up a little bit further onto this fractal here. If you let's put the fracker on so you can see there, the fractal. I will move it up under there. Let's have a quick look at silver and see where we're progressing, if anything, with silver. Silver's moved off, and do you know what? I'm going to put a stop to entry on silver here now under this, because it's right under this fractal. We're going to move that as well out. Can't lose any money on silver. And the Euro USD trade, the two FX trades which were hot to trot today were Aussie USD and Euro USD. Yeah, I was using these. I'm using these filters. I was using these filters this morning to trade, and I've missed the entry as well. So here's a 15-minute bar. Yeah, beautiful 15-minute bar. And do I want to take this? It's not in the edge, but it is opportunistic. USD Swiss here, 15-minute bar reversal. I'll just pan out so you can see the action on the 4-hour. Market's already hit targets. Obviously, I trade throughout the day and do all sorts. And these are the targets that I'd set. So 79s have been hit. 78, 77 is the next large target to go for. The thing that just gives me a bit of the jitters, really, we are overstretched a little bit anyway. It's 22 opportunities today. Wow. Well, I think I will leave this, but it's 15-minute bar, guys, if you want to do that. High grade copper was the other bullish one that I was going for. High grade copper. Where's that gone? It's just popped off in front of my eyes, hasn't it? Yeah, we're 150 points up on that. Oh, right, that reminds me. Well, I was just doing a wee bit of testing on the 15. Well, it's the 15-minute bot. I've got a 15-minute bot structure now that kind of works on anything. And it seems too good to be true. Doing lots of testing. I will release it in January. Where is it? Trading systems. I think I called it the 415, didn't I? 415. Modify. So this is the bot. Let's just put it onto a different screen. Run up the data just to let you see. I think I'm just using £2, 2 contracts. Can I oh, I'll put it on and show you what I'm doing. Run it to today. Can I get it to the beginning of the year? We've got enough data in here. Where are we today? We're on the 23rd, aren't we? So why isn't this going back in time? Have IG stopped the data flow of the few hundred units? Yeah, it's now loading the data. It took a little bit of time, that, didn't it? I'm sorry, it's IG again, farting around with the data. It's not letting me go back and load the data. Never mind. So you won't be able to see a demonstration. Why won't it let me do it? Real time, real time. Just what will it do at the moment? Ah, right, it's only loading December stuff. So it looks like it's loading. I'll get rid of that. It's not loading against this screen, so let's see if it will load against this screen now. Yes, it will. I tell you what we'll do, we'll just leave it like that. Will it actually go back that many years? I don't know. We'll see. So, right, well, yeah, here we go. So you can see its performance is not too shabby, really. Not too shabby at all. And I think, what's that £1 that we're risking? Yeah, £2. Just throwing £2 into it. So if you'd put it in at 20, what's that, 8 years ago, yeah, it would have made you you would be 49,000 pounds up. And this bot works on any asset on any 15-minute time frame. That's not bad, that, is it, really? Not bad at all. Right, stop waffling. Let's go back to Forex. So yeah, I've been testing the 15-minute bar strategies. We know the 15-minute bar strategy works really good. I've now put it into a robot, and you can use that on any FX, any FX, any commodity, any index, and it'll work. And that will trade you 15-minute bar here. An ATM, a proverbial ATM. It's I've got the sucker to work now, and it works really, really good. It writes its own Heikin-Ashi code. It runs around Heikin-Ashi and the way Heikin-Ashi candles form, and it runs on coloration. We can now use arrays on version 12, so that's really, really good. Doesn't translate particularly well into Python, so I'm going to have to do something with it in Python to get that working. Let's go back to what I was doing. Get sidetracked so easily. So yeah, Euro USD. The target in the edge, 11,798, is the target, which is a front run of the big round number, 11,800. And we're just 8 pip stop, and the market's nearly up 1% there. Aussie USD was the other one from the edge. Right, yeah, it's all done. So that was these two here. So I just put, if you are interested in getting that, I'll show you where it is on the website. The daily edge here, donk. And then if you want to watch the daily edge, where it's all about, there's a little video there about the daily edge, and you can just shows you about what happens with a little infographic there, and there's a few reports there. I think it's nearly 5-star reports. Every yeah, there's every single person that's got. In fact, there's people in the room that have got it. Kevin uses the Daily Edge. There is who else uses it? A few Kevins. Kevin Moody, Kevin Hall. There's quite a few people that actually use it, Ian's, and it does really, really well. 15. The people that started with me early obviously got that at a cheaper price, but it's ridiculously cheap at the moment. And yeah, so that's a Daily Edge. I'll stop off then. I don't need to look at those, do we? Right, let's go back to that DAX and see if we've got a pullback on the DAX. No, it's just taking off, isn't it? Never mind. So that was the fractal I was looking for a pullback on, and we never got it. I can't get too excited about it. We've already hit all the targets for the morning anyway. And we'll see. So I'm just thinking of other ways that we could actually get into that. 15-minute bar is not good. It's the one-to-one's too big. I believe there's a 15-minute bar here. But I think that's probably gonna whack it. If you're do a bit of Clint Eastwood trading, in other words, if you're feeling lucky punk, you can use 1 minute. You could do 1 minute fractals, but we already know that DAX is very susceptible to spikes anyway. You could use a 1 minute fractal for a breakaway, and use an ATR stop. The ATR today is. Let's just have a look at the ATR today. I think it's 33, 34. What is it? I just have a quick look. You could use an average true range of is 31, so you could use a 31 pip stop on here. That wouldn't be so bad, actually, would it? That would take you just into the C-ball. I don't want to, we do not want to gamble, and we do not want to guess. It's always difficult as a trader when you're trading and you see all these things are screaming off in front of you, all these opportunities. But there again, we're in Euro USD, we're making money. Aussie USD's already made the money, gold's making money. We're just making money everywhere at the moment, so we really don't need. We don't really need to be using the DAX unless you've got in very early. And the bots are in as well, so I'm just going to put an alert up here. For a moment then I thought that was snow outside. Yeah. So, spot silver. What happened to spot silver? Did I do a stop to entry? Yes, stop to entry on spot silver. We've got a nice 5-minute fracker potentially setting up on silver here. If you want to get back into silver again, I'm just looking. It's doing really well. Where is don't think that will pull down, will it? Oh yeah, yeah. Let's put that in there. Just see where we are with the fib, are. We're right in the middle here, aren't we? We're right above the daily pivot. We've got the C-ball.
Oh, I don't get that.
Pardon?
Sorry, I'm struggling with getting my auto quantity right. Sorry.
That's okay.
Turn my microphone off.
That's okay. Bum, 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 bum. See, there's a fractal breakout here. In 2 minutes will be a confirmation that we are trading over the 9 EMA, so that would be an okay fractal to take. As long as it doesn't break the fractal and closes above the 9 EMA, that would be a reasonable one to take. Hmm. Two minutes to go. Well, it's 2 minutes to go. I just want to have a quick look at that FTSE as well, if that's stopped. I'm just looking at it. It's looking quite good here. Right. FTSE, 5 minutes. Oh, look at this. We've got some nice rejection pins here. So we've got a fractal formed there. I'll show you. There we are, fractal there. With a fractal bottom, we've got an opportunity for a lunge into here. Let's just measure that. There's a fractal top there. I'm not going to take the bottom one, I'm going to take the top one. And we're going to use that depth there, 9.8. Run that to 10, plus the spread 1, plus another 1, 11. 11 and 11 will take us very nicely into the closing gap from the 19th. So 11, 11. So if you want to use the function on Pro Real Time version 11, go to auto quantity and type in, if you're using 1% of 2000, which is a trading account. We use 2000 as a baseline for people who are watching on YouTube. For, well, people are practicing learning my strategies and learning how we trade. We use 2%. We use 1% on a 2K account. I know some people have a lot more than that. Some have 6-figure accounts. But as a baseline, we always use 2 to start until you get consistent, and you can put as much in as you want. So just the function on version 12, I'm just showing people, if we put 20 in pounds, which is the max loss, which is 1%, what we should be able to do is to click this on here, look for that fractal breakout and risk 1% only. Visualize that there, roughly, bonk, and put that in, and it automatically calculates how much you should be putting in for that particular trade. So we're in there, and we can actually move that a bit higher, I think, because that closing gap, if the market's up there, the market makers will push that up and close that gap. So that's better than a one-to-one risk reward trade. So that's good. I think I'm getting a cold. Alert triggered was with alert triggered noise, didn't we? So where is the alerts? Euro USD. Oh, let's go and have a look at Euro USD. Right, Euro USD's it's just about there for a 1%, so I'm going to run that in for a stop to entry. That was the alert for Euro USD. We are overcooked a bit, overbought, but with this particular asset you can be overcooked, overbought for quite a while, and that's not a problem. So we'd like to see this push up and continue going up to the target, which is, we had 8 pip stoppers, you know, a 24 pip target, which would 23 pip target, which is nearly a 3% trade at 1 to 3. But as soon as that goes to 8, if you want to take 1%, then you can take 1%. Odd USD, if that does pull back to get in again, it's in a 4-hour resistance level at the moment. You can see here where the market's been in before. We would expect the market to cough a little bit and come back. If it does, then you could get in for you can get in later on the day and trade that up. These are the filters. Is there any oh, excuse me, a comprehensive filter? There's no absolute 415 perfect storms there. There are a simplified version of the 415 reversal, 15-minute bar reversal guide, and at the moment there are 18 different assets that you can trade. Obviously Euro USD, we've already got that up. Pre-cash, there's US Tech and US 500. Wall Street, FTSE, Roaring FTSE, Pound, Euro, Cable. Already hit the targets. They just find all the trades really, so you don't have to, and they tell you whether it's a bullish or bearish trade. And obviously that was a 15-minute bar there, but everyone was in bed then, so it doesn't really count apart from guys down under. Pound Japani. Well, Pound Japani, there we go. A nice pullback on Pound Japani. You could walk the dog on a 15-minute bar. On probably, let's have a look. No, it's already started. There's a 15-minute bar reversal. Grid 2, Grid 1, perfect storm bar. Stops under this swing low here. There. So it's 43.9, so call that 44, spread nearly 2. 46, 47 pips. Have you got 47? 1 to 1 up there? Absolutely, yes. Yeah, there is a 1 to 1 risk reward, 47.47, that you could trade there if you want to. QE USD, and that's already done. That's flown up, yeah. Spot silver. There's a 5-minute fractal to be taken there. We're high grade copper. We are now flying up. I think we're going to put the stop to entry on high grade copper up a couple of 100 pips, so that's fine. Gold. We're already in gold, and we know what that's doing. We're doing well on gold, coming up to hitting the target for the day. Which was 12 pips. We got 11.1, 11 points, something like that. So that's gonna hit. What else? What else? There's a whole bunch of trades here, and another one just popped on. Euro Swiss, brand new one. Bearish trade there. So well done to everyone on gold. We've just mashed a 2% trade there, and this is the robot. But what I'm going to do with the I'm going to go change the robot into a manual trade. Robot gold, set that to manual donk. That will now change to red to indicate a manual trade. There we are, manual trade, and now we're going to go stop to entry on that manual trade. You're going to bring that target down to an all-time record high, roughly into here, and we'll see if we can run that in and make some more rupees on that. Spot silver. There's a fractal break. So you can take that fractal break. Now that fractal break requires a stop under here. So we can run that in now, and that's 17 plus 2 with the spread. 19.
3 with
20.
the spread.
Pardon?
3 with the spread.
So it's 20 there.
No, so I've just gone in on it.
Sorry, what was I saying? The 19. .5 there. Right, so that's set as well. So we're looking for 1% on that. I've just noticed we're over 2k up on the other account on gold. I'm going to tick that to take the money. Just take most of it off. Right, let's go back to FTSE. So what's happened on the FTSE, we need to take this trade off now. Because we've broken that fractal structure, no longer has negated the actual stop, and we're looking for another reason to get in. Let's see what's happening at micro levels. This is a previous high resistance, which should act as a bit of support. We should see the market bounce off this level. Oh, I've not looked at people on YouTube, have I? Is there any messages? No. Sorry about that. Is anyone on YouTube when we're watching the stream? Anyone actually taking these trades? Anyone following them? Or if anyone's got any questions? Quite happy to answer them. Come on, markets, as we get towards the 9 o'clock and especially into 9:30, the market really slows down. There's initial impulsive weight, especially on commodities and Forex from 5:30 onwards. 5:30 to sort of kind of 9 is the best window to trade commodities, and the Forex, the big impulsive moves are all done by then. And now the market generally quietens down about 9:30 for half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, and then it will then get a bit more volatility and start to run. That's just the personality of the Northern European session. That's like watching Metro and put an alert on that. The market starts to move back up, or the market starts to move back down. Let's have a look at the DAX. Right, let's come back down again, isn't it? So that's quite nice. Oh, I like that.
Alert triggered.
We'll get a really nice entry on this one. We could have a perfect storm for a 415 reversal on this. So, I mean, do not chase the market. Let the market come to you. So we're trending positive and we are price action negative. So the market's just coming back a little bit. Ideally, we won't see the close again. We'll have a higher low. If you are very positive on here, you could walk the dog. Walk the dog is when you get a pair of 2-ring lows here, a flat top. In other words, a lower high and a lower low with flat tops. A pair of 2-ring lows. There's a ring low here. So what you would do is when you walk in the dog, you actually put the trade above the last 2-ring low there. And for a stop, you then use the average true range as a stop. And that would, on this occasion, be 31 pips. If 31 pips doesn't cover the bottom of the wick of the 2-ring low, then you move that out to a 30% ATR, which is 63 pips. Giving just if the 31 will not go under the wick, that's telling you that the average true range is higher than usual and volatile, so you do need that larger stop. So if you're in here, that's 24, so 31 is the ATR. Whoops. So you could put 31 in there and at least 31 in there. That gives you the 1-to-1 risk reward, and then you can walk the dog very aggressively here. Just round that. So there we go. We're looking for a 1-to-1, and there's the one. Well, the 1-to-1 would be here. But there is a 1-to-1.5 there quite easily, isn't there? Which reminds me, I will. Wow. I'm just looking here on what's going on the live stream. All right. I'm looking at the live stream on YouTube, and it's miles behind what we're doing. Miles behind. A bit odd. Right, let's get this DAX set up for a trade. I was going to run this for a long time, but this morning, but I don't think we have to. We've already made a killing. Pending. Oh, that won't work. Look, 230 lots. Bit of a typo there. 40 lots. Will do. Right, we're going to move this down a little bit further. Still using the ATR and rounding. I think I've been minded to just put this up towards my target. What time have we got now? We've got 8:56, 9 o'clock. That's not too late to look at putting a call option in. Let's just have a look at the call options. Call options. Index daily. 24 threes. I'll pull these down so I'll show you what I'm looking at. 24 threes. They're under 40, so 24 threes. $24.28. I want to see what we can get for 40 or under. I think there we go. I think we'll have call option here. 24,300. I think that will be quite nice. I'm going to take that now, guys. 24.3 to 36 for the rest of the day, and we're looking for a 2-ring low. Oh no, let's move this a bit further down. Yeah. So I'm just looking at it. I'm trading a few, some different accounts here. So I'm just looking at where to put an order in there. Right, so I've got an order in there. I think what we'll do, we'll deal with this with an alert down into the close. 31 seconds to go. Let's see what sort of candle formation we get. Ah, right, I've just spotted. And no, the standard pivots on TV are all wrong. They don't work. I would stop using those as soon as you can. C-ball is a Camarella R4 breakout, and they are calculated for cash markets. TV, just like IG, calculated on a 24-hour main market, and they're incorrect and they are wrong. So no, R1, you can see R1 is here. The correct R1 for, let's say, the DAX is 24,358, and C-ball is 24,368. So they are classic pivots. If you can find a classic pivot calculator for a cash market, then that's perfect. But do not use the inbuilt pivots. They are wrong. They do not work. You have to calculate them yourself because they are cash markets. You have a defined open and a defined close, and brokers, the chart providers don't recognize that. So you have to code them, which is quite simple. You can get the code for the for these pivots directly off my website. I haven't got them for TV because I don't use TV, and they're so easy to do. You could do them yourself. It's a pretty easy calculation. There's the code. And we calculate these every day. And those pivots, of course, if you want to know where the pivots are, if you get the daily edge, the correct pivots, high-low close. So if you get the high-low close, you can put it on a spreadsheet and calculate them yourself. It's dead easy. If you get the daily edge, then all the correct pivots, cash pivots, are published every single morning at 7:30. But yeah, please do not use TV or IG daily pivots. They are wrong. They're for made markets. Hope that helps. Right, so we're looking for the DAX for a reversal. We've now finished the 2-ring low patterns, as you can see. And this market is getting ready to reverse. Big indecision candle. Let's go and have a look at the FTSE. Nothing. Although it is moving, it's slightly moving up off the bottom off here, but you know, we're into that time of the day where it is a little bit quiet. Where's my mouse? Excuse me. Let's have a look at a Euro USD. So yes, so now we're over 1% up, which is nice. That was an 8 pip. Was it 8 pips? Stop. What did I put in it? What in here? 8 pips. So we're over 1% up on Euro USD as well. We're making money hand over fist here, which is always nice to do. I'm going to now put my stop. I'm happy to be stopped out for 1%, but I'd be even happier to get 3. So that there we go, Euro USD. A quick little squiz at high grade copper. That's now 300 points up and about to hit full target. I'm going to walk the dog as a stop under here and lock in a couple of hundred pips into here. And yeah, we're looking for this to crash out into the highs here for 360 pip win. So that's spot silver. Well, spot silver hasn't set up, has it? It won't set up. Take that off. Be patient. If it's not setting up on the 5-minute time frame, then you need to lift out helicopter view and look at what is there on a higher time frame. And at the moment we are trending positive. Price action is negative. We are now closed trading under the 9 EMA, so there's nothing there. Hopefully did that make sense, Lee? Sometimes mixing the explanations might be a little bit graphic, a bit hard, because it really annoys me when the brokers are the people with charts and the chart packages, and they make 24-hour markets just so people can trade them. But indices are not 24-hour markets. They're cash markets. So you've got to be really precise. And the markets do bounce off pivots. So you've got to know where the pivots are. And if you know the pivots, where all the big traders, all the professional traders have pivots. And a word of advice as well, if you're going on YouTube and you're watching a video and someone's trading a cash market, which is an index, and they haven't got pivots on the screen, walk away. They don't know what they're doing. They're flying blind, and it's like the blind leading the blind. If you don't have pivots, then you know they're not trading real accounts, because no one's going to risk money not knowing where the real turning points in the markets are, because the banks and big institutions use candle breakout long, they use R3, they use fader, the fill, they use CBOS. They use all these, so you must as well, otherwise you'll come unstuck. Right. Okay. I can't help you, Lee, with cash pivots on TV. I don't use TV. I use pro real time, and but I'm sure I know there's people in the room. In my room that do have TV real pivots, not the ones that are done, but I'm sure you probably find someone who's got pivots for trading view. But if you take the pivots, the high-low closes off the daily edge every day, then you can put it into a spreadsheet and calculate it yourself and type them in anywhere. That's pretty easy to do. Right, the 9880 calls that we did on the FTSE are in the money now. Nice. Let's go and have a look at the FTSE. Is that it must have moved up as slightly. Slightly moving up. That fractal, this fractal structure here looks okay from that top there. We never take, if the market's walking down like this, a staircase coming down, we never take the first one, we always take the second. But that structure there, that depth there looks okay. Fractal, we do quite a bit of fractal trading in the room. So there's a fracker there. 11.2, we'll round that down to 12, spread 1 plus 1, 13 pips. Have we got 13 pips to go to that closing gap? Oh yes, we've got 15. So yeah, 13.30 would take you in there. $13.13. I can set that up now. Put a 0.5. There we go. I have that as a run into there. There's the target's 9903. But if we can just close that gap, that would be nice. For over 1% again, which again would be nice. The DAX dog walking exercise has now dogs off the leash. The market's getting ready to. Hang on, what have I got to do? Oh no, sorry. That's the. Let's get this right. That's the option. The option's on. We're not triggered out of here yet. So we're markets come back down to test the close, and that's been rejected. Pivot boys looks like they've started to buy up here. Right. Let's have a. I'm going to quick run round, and I think I'm going to call it. I'm not going to hang around for hours today. We've made our money, made more than we need. Oh, we smashed the targets to bits today, so that's good. Let's just have a quick look at Euro USD. What's happened with Euro? I need to save that as Euro USD, don't I? Yeah, that's well over 1%. We can't lose. If we lose, we make 1%. If it hits the full target, then we make 3%. We've already made 2% on gold. That's 3.4%. We're guaranteed 1 here. That's 4%. Aussie USD, although you didn't see that, we traded that, so we don't count it if you didn't see it. High grade copper, we're going to smash that to bits as well, but we didn't trade that in the room, so we're not going to count that either. But still, 3, 4, 1.2, 3.2, 4.2, 4.2% in just over 1 hour is not bad. That'll do me, pig. If silver sets up, then yeah, we're going to have another crack at silver. But I think I'm going to go for some breakfast. I'm going to get a bacon butty. Aussie gold has been stopped. Has that been stopped, or did we make some money? Let's have a quick look at the history. Yeah, we stopped to entry. That was the robot. Turned the robot into a manual trade and seen if we could just squeeze that up into here. We just missed it by a midges. What's it? What was that? It reversed at 93.8 and the alert was 95. So we missed it by a pip and a bit. But you can't get everything. That's what it's all about. Any questions before I go? And Bridget will probably come on again at 10 o'clock and say, "Where is everybody?" You're too late, woman. This is a message to Bridget. Get out of bed.
Get up early.
Yeah, get out of bed. Get off that horse and get out of bed. Yeah. I'll get some abuse now in Slack. Right. If no one's got any questions, then I'm going to go, guys. We've made 4 days worth of money this morning, 1% a day every day, so that's really, really good. And we'll be back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that would be nice. So if I don't speak to anyone before then, have a great Christmas, and let's get back to trading on Monday. Cheers, guys. Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
bye.
cheers. Yeah, happy Christmas,
Cheers.
everyone.
See you next week. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, cheers. Bye.